Well, welcome everybody to Bar TV Sports feature match for the Rams NHRU 2017 Premiership match. We've got a big match here today at Townsend Oval with the Merewether Carlton side hosting the Nelson Bay Groper side. Both sides needing to win this match to keep in the hunt for the semi-finals race. Both sides have had up and down seasons. Nelson Bay started with a bang, but they've fallen off the last couple of weeks. And Merewether Carlton, well, they started pretty terribly, actually, and they've come good the last few weeks. And with me here today, Steve Barretto. Steve, how are you going? How are you feeling? And what are your thoughts on the match?
Yeah, I'm not feeling the best, Gareth, if I'm honest. A pretty late night or an early start, whichever way you look at it. But it's going to be a great game here today. As you said, we've got Nelson's Bay falling off a little bit and Merewether coming up. But I think underestimate Nelson's Bay at your peril, and I doubt that the boys would have them stepping off the pedal. They can't afford to at this stage in the season and really need to come away with 5 points.
Well, it is a big, big match here today, and of course, big celebrations for Adam Nolan, club stalwart, 100th game. He didn't think he'd make it to 50. He's got knees of an 80-year-old man, but he's here today playing his 100th game, and he's very pumped up. I had a chat with him before the game, and he bleeds green, Adam.
Mate, he's the heart and soul of rugby clubs around the country, you know, and the kind of guy he is, he's the kind of person you really want at your club and you want to be playing with. He's a top guy, and I'm chuffed for him today. He's as I said, I've got a lot of time for him. He's a top bloke.
Yes, he certainly is. And the Nelson Bay side, I mean, their front row is probably the best in the competition. They did have a hard time against Hamilton last weekend, but I'll tell you what, they're very good, very well drilled. Ben Chesham comes in today, so it'll be interesting to see as he replaces the captain to see how he goes in this Nelson Bay pack.
Yeah, it's always a hard one, isn't it? When you've got a good sort of settled side to change, and it's going to be interesting to see how they adapt to that. Obviously, it's a key position, loose head prop, and as you said, losing the captain is always a big loss, no matter what position he's playing.
Yeah, and it could come down to the battle of the backs. We know the Nelson Bay side, we've seen them a couple of times this year on the live match for Bar TV Sports. They're very good at counter-attacking side, and led by Chad Northcott, and he's prepared to chip and chase from his own line. That's the sort of player he is, and it'll be interesting to see that matchup with Jay Strawn, who comes into the side after a back injury for Merewether.
Yeah, they're the hardest players to play against, really, the ones that keep you guessing and you're not sure what's going to happen, and I'm sure they'll be an extra wary with that possibility in attack, as you said, Gareth, the chip chase, and he does offer a few variances in that, so that's going to be an interesting matchup. And then they've got young Fraser Price, who is playing out half today. Good young player, mate. He's played in a few positions this year, and I think it's testament to him that he's adapted
he's certainly
well.
developing the game of rugby. Obviously came across from rugby league last year. His father, Tony Price, a local legend in a local rugby league, and he's doing fine things here at Merewether Carlton. But I tell you what, there's a big debut here. Young 17-year-old Ethan Fowles on the wing for Merewether Carlton. Told during the week he was starting in this match and had to get the dispensation and all that. And he was very proud. Mick Gill said, I'm glad I picked him because the smile on his face when I told him just says to me he wants to be there. And, the Merewether Carlton side, they've had a few dramas with players this year wanting to go in and out. And I think that's a testament to the coaching staff here at Merewether sticking firm to their choices here, Steve.
Yeah, I agree, and it's great. I'm of the firm belief that if you're good enough, you're young enough, if you're young and you're good enough. I think, and at 17, he really needs to be looking to make that step up. Otherwise, you sort of think, well, there's not really a potential future. And I'm really keen to see how he goes today, and I'm sure he'll be a bit nervous, but once that whistle goes, I'm sure it'll go away.
Yes, he certainly will. And Shane Jarvis, the captain for Nelson Bay, as we said before, he's normally in the front row. He's playing in at lock. He is a big body himself, so good that they can have that adaptability there, the Nelson Bay side.
Yeah, and again, we talk about good front rows. Front rows are nothing without the back five as well, and it's always handy to have that little bit of extra weight supporting you from behind. And Shane's going to offer nothing less than that, if anything. And
of course, Adam Edwards, the coach, also player coach. He's still injured at the moment. They'll miss him. And here he comes, the man of the moment, Adam Nolan. And Adam Nolan playing his 100th first-grade game here for Merewether Carlton as he leads the side out. And I tell you what, it's a proud, proud day for Adam, and it's a proud day for Merewether Carlton.
Yeah, as I said, I've a lot of time for Adam. I love him to bits, and yeah, it's great that he's come back. And as I said, he's got troubles with his knees, but he's making the effort.
And he's a makeshift hooker as well. He's come in to play in the number 2 position, and I can attest to being one of those players as well. And I tell you what, one of them I hated throwing lineouts, and he's devastated that he doesn't get to throw the lineouts. He wants to do everything.
Yeah, no, he does, mate. And you know what? He generally does it all with a smile on his face, mate. You know, and again, testament to him, mate. He's in playing hooker. You know, it's not exactly an easy position. So
the 2 knees heavily strapped up there for Nolan. I saw him walking up the stairs earlier on, and it wasn't a pretty sight, Steve. I think you could climb the stairs quicker than him.
Well, mate, his knees can't be that bad. No, but I know he's had troubles with him, mate. And you know, you're a long time retired, and I'm sure I think he's got that same attitude towards it as well. And
we'll see the Nelson Bay side coming out now. On the screen there was big Turiolini. He's come across from down in Melbourne. Very highly rated. His brother played 2nd grade here today as well, so it's good to see the Merewether Carlton side have stocked up that front row, which they've struggled for most of the year.
Yeah, I just hope it's not too late. But, you know, better late than never, I suppose. And it's a tough one, isn't it? Because you want to promote through the club, but at the same time, probably got to realise where you might be a bit low in your stock and look to improve it so you keep that winning culture going. And
the Nelson Bay side, of course, led out by Shane Jarvis. We saw the other way, Ben Chesham, the other day, he was the player at number 2 who caught that ball on the full. The prop forward, jumped, leaping, so he's very versatile. He adds a bit of mobility out there. As we see the 2 skippers with some friendly banter.
Yeah.
Josh Stewart. And Shane Jarvis. Des Gilbert, the referee here today.
Good to see the pitch in good nick too, Gareth, after...
I wouldn't say it's in good nick.
Well...
I'd hate to be landing on that.
Yeah. Well, yeah, better nick, let's put it that way, after the troubles we've had, so good to see them back here at Townsend as well.
Gee, I hate to see what's poor nick, because I'd hate to be landing on that pitch out there.
Yeah,
it's one of the worst and best parts of Townsend Oval.
Yes, well, I know when the cricket pitch in the middle gets a bit of water on it, it's like an ice rink.
Well, it's going to be Nelson Bay to kick off here, running left to right on your screens here at home on Bar TV Sports. Of course, if you want to get in the game with Bar TV Sports, like us on Facebook, our website, bartvsports.com.au, and, of course, Twitter, Bar TV Sports. And here we go. It's showtime here at Townsend Oval. That kick is amazing. That's pinpoint. Wow. And not coming down with it was Wendell there. So we've seen over the last couple of weeks, Merewether really not executing off the kickoff receiving there.
Yeah, it's a hard skill to master, to be honest, and it is something once you get it though, it's very underrated skill, I think.
Yeah, a little dummy there by Shaw and taking this Bayside up the field. Advantage being played now to the Carlton side. They come up with the ball somehow. I think it's young Sam Dart picking it up. He's certainly one of the big improvers of this Merewether Carlton side over the last few months.
Yeah, well, as I said, someone's had to step up, and obviously after the bad start they've had, it's good to see a few players actually stepping up and you know, taking this comp by the horns, and they've got a lot of work though still to do.
Yeah, nice kick there, getting them well over halfway into the 40-metre territory. The Merewether Carlton side looks like they're going to go with full numbers here for the first line out of the day.
Quick throw.
Yeah, quick throw, and Nolan somehow comes up with it, trying to catch his Bayside off guard, and big Jerome Wilson takes it off the back there. And here they come through big Wendell Wilson.
Obviously,
he's Dart again, getting another good run and taking them forward. This is Merewether Carlton on the front foot now. Stewart, he's slammed to the ground. Picking and driving here, the Carlton side. Looks good, Steve.
Yeah, no, very promising, and obviously a pretty well-worked tactic, and little bit of width now. And see if
yeah, Strong breaks through. Strong will go to the try line, and Strong will score.
They'll be chuffed with that. That's a great start for Carlton. Some really good passage of play, some good pick and drive, some good clean outs, and then a nice wide ball, inside ball, and yeah, perfect.
Yeah, it was very quick. Quick ball was the key to that, wasn't it? You know, they recycled quickly. As you look here at the class of Strong, the strength, we see it week in, week out from the fullback.
He's a smart footballer, and what he's done there, he's actually picked a couple of piggies out, and you know, obviously made them work and sniffing that gap, and the proof is in the pudding. He scored the try, and really good try. Very clinical start for Merewether Carlton.
Yeah, he has been playing outside centre, Strawn. I think playing him at fullback, he gets the ball a little bit more, can chime in where he wants, and it's a little bit more of an X factor for this Merewether Carlton side.
Yeah, and you know, I agree with you, Gareth. He really is the standout player in this Carlton side, and he's a good player. He leads from the front as well, and having him at fullback just, I think, provides a few more options, gives him a bit more space, and got the kick.
Yeah, that's Basakalupo taking that kick, and it's successful. So it's 7-0. Merewether Carlton leading Nelson Bay, scoring that try under 2 minutes. Good effort.
Yeah, no, as I said, it's the perfect start. It was nearly a team-run exercise, and the Bay now backs against the wall are going to have to really pull something out of the hat, I think.
They go deep, and this time it's Nolan who takes them forward. Here's Stewart now. Stewart standing in at first receiver. Be interesting to see how they play out of their own territory here. Now Merewether Carlton, they've lost the ball. Collins gets the ball wide. Here's Hatini. Hatini looking for Burgess on the outside. Can't find him, but pops the ball up in any case to Feidler. So Nelson Bay just slowing the ball down a little bit here. It's Matt James in the green headgear. You can't miss it. Jack Arthur with a nice little short ball there. Dakura.
That's good little passage.
Here's Chesham coming around the corner. He runs viciously into the Merewether Carlton defensive line there. Feidler now gets the ball out. Northcott throws the dummy, pops the pass to Tini. Nice hands. Burgess has a bit to do. Can't get to the try line though.
Not far.
Nice little short side play. Feidler calling for the ball. They pick and drive. They're almost over. Here the Bay. They are. Well, that's got to be so close, isn't it?
Oh.
That's a penalty there. Northcott with a quick one. Goes wide. Finds Collins. Collins is called back. Not taking it on the mark.
Got to be careful giving away penalties there. You don't want to find themselves a man down too soon. What a great reply, though, from the Bay after conceding that early try. They've opted for the line out. By the looks of it, I fancy a drive, Gareth.
Ball comes off the top. Merewether Carlton with a win, with a steal. That was well timed and well won by the Greens. Yeah. Picking and driving again is big Jerome Wilson. Driving sideways. They need a good exit here. Merewether need to consolidate the good work they've just done. Picked up and driven into the ground.
They made it a bit of hard work here, Gareth, but it's so far it's actually worked out all right.
Yeah, this is good play, good possession play by the Greens. Holding the ball, keeping the ball in hand.
Pretty obvious tactic, isn't it, Gareth? Pick and go, and they obviously fancy there's a bit of distance to be made out of the pick and drive.
And now Sam Dart weaves his way, gets a couple of metres. They're content plying their way up the field, and this is a good run there. Gets the ball away to Stewart. Stewart gets them up towards the halfway. Good control as well, not forcing the pass. Clifton gets the ball out wide, and now Sam Dart finds support in Cam Turner.
Great passage of play there again from Merewether Carlton. Some great support, some good offloading.
Yeah, Fraser Price calling for the ball. Jerome Wilson just finding himself. Oh, that's a poor pass there. Now Strawn forced to take it up, and he'll go forward, taken from behind. He's still going. Jay Strawn tries to get the ball inside. Does get the ball inside to Smith, and that is a try. Wow. Jay Strawn, take your hat off, because that is a great individual piece of play, and finding Smith on his outside.
Wow. No, that was a great passage of play, and it resulted in another little bit of brilliance from Jay Strawn. He's strong on his feet, and they really now need to look at getting him down to the ground pretty early, because if we watch here, he's shrugged off a few tackles there and proven a handful, and then the offload there. Yeah,
it was good work. Hands, wasn't it?
Yep.
But take nothing away from the forwards who picked and drive. I'd say 70 metres or so there.
Yeah, the forwards are working pretty hard here for Carlton, and but it's always harder to defend it. So, however much they might be blown, I'm sure the Bay are blown twice as hard.
So Basakulupo, very good kicker. Comes in and nails that one and goes straight over the post. So 14-0. The scoreboard moves to 8 minutes down. And the quickness of this Merewether Carlton play at the breakdown, the Nelson Bay side really struggling against it at the moment.
Yeah, just can't handle that pick and drive at the moment. They've really got to start shoring up their pillar defence, and otherwise you fancy Merewether Carlton might run away with this game.
Well, they tried the little trick shot there. Oh, taken but isolated.
On a dime.
The Greens come up with it, looking for a short side play there. Clifton came around but couldn't release the ball. Yeah, Young fouls. Oh, Strawn juggles the ball, picks it up.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, clean out there coming through. I think that's going to be advantage played, is it?
Looks like, yeah.
Nice work, Sam Dart again. Yeah. Couldn't get the ball to Nolan, but it's going to be played back for the advantage.
Yeah, the Bay really needs to work on getting these guys to ground. They're trying to tackle up too high, get them down to ground first and foremost. I think trying to wrestle up top, and it's giving the Greens an opportunity to offload and get some easy meters.
Fraser Price goes towards the right this time.
Nice
and
kick.
Another good kick, another good touch finder. He went the long way about it, but still got about 30 metres on the kick. So Eaney losing the line out that time. As Filer now forced to scramble. Let's see what Nelson Bay can do now. As they go wide immediately, Northcott has the ball, looking to attack. Burgess getting around his man. He's very quick. His Burgess can't throw the ball inside, though Northcott was there. So now the Merewether Carlton side have the ball again.
Oh.
I thought you might have been tackled there, son, so.
Yeah, bring them back for the knock-on, I think. Bay showing some early signs of attacking and their willingness to attack as well, Gareth. And so far, that wasn't too far off going right. He only just got scragged there on the outside. So, yeah, the Bay haven't rolled over just yet.
Yeah. You called it. You called it before, yeah. It's engaged, yeah.
We see a few of the old boys gathering themselves here in the Clark stand. Big lunch yesterday with Steve Bradbury. I must say he was one of the best speakers I've seen at the Merewether Carlton lunch we attended yesterday, Steve.
Yeah, no, it was a great day, and he spoke really well. Very impressive speaker.
So Clifton goes to Price, who passes to Smith. They were standing very flat there. And the Nelson Bay defence, they're up for it, and looks like they may have turned the ball over here. Great defensive work there. Shaw now with a little box kick over the top. Goes towards the touchline and may hold up as Young Fowles comes back and touches it down.
Yeah, just a bit flat. You're right, Gareth. They're a bit too flat, not coming onto the ball with any pace. And Yep, that's the result. A turnover ball and clever kick too.
Well, that's kicked along the ground. That might bounce up for Price, the kicker of the ball. So now he's somehow come up with that after an unintended kick, I guess.
Yeah, didn't look pretty, mate, but it's worked.
And now Stewart has the ball, and we'll see what they do here, the Merewether side. They play one wide. Jerome Wilson skips out of a couple. Nice little short ball, weenie. And here's Dart. Has young Fowles on the outside, but he puts his foot out there, Fowles.
Again, just not doing the job straight up and allowing these Greens players to offload in the tackle.
We see the replay here, and yeah, he just unfortunately put the foot out.
A short line out for the Bay.
Get the ball off the top. Fiedler has a couple of runners. Arthur.
Strong defence.
Yeah, he was met solely by Stewart there. As they throw the ball out wide, Hattini now dancing. We know he's got a very good right foot step, and he gets them up back towards the halfway. Merewether Carlton flood the breakdown. And the Bay this time pick and drive up the field. Good run there. That's about 10 metres. As Northcott sits in at fly half. And
I think he's put a bit much on that.
Yeah, too much pepper on that one as the ball now goes towards the dead ball line, and Strawn will place it. Let's see if they can replicate what they did before. The missed kick.
Yeah.
So everything going right for Merewether at the moment. 14-0 the scoreline. 13 minutes gone.
Yeah, I suppose from Merewether's point of view, they really need to get to that 4 tries today for the table position, and I'm sure that'll be top of their list at the half-time.
Little kick over the top. Northcott chancing his arm. Bassagalupo was on the far side to cover, but it goes over the touchline.
Yeah, they're keeping them guessing, the Bay, and some clever little tactical kicking going on, and it's keeping Merewether at the moment peppered down in their half and making them work pretty hard to get out. So some clever play here from the Bay. Good ball.
Yeah, nice ball off the top, but not straight, says referee Gilbert.
Oh dear.
So this is Nelson Bay's, I guess, second opportunity to really attack this Merewether Carlton line. They look dangerous with ball in the hand.
Yeah, they're
the Bay side.
They're not afraid to throw it around, and but there's something more important, Gareth. It's the first scrum.
It is the first scrum, 15 minutes down. So you can see this game's been played with pretty good discipline here.
Yeah, it's testament to the players out there not making too many mistakes.
Well, the Merewether Carlton scrum beefed up, so it's going to be a different competition to what we saw in the first round this year, but Nelson Bay win it comfortably. Hattini taken into good defence by Bassagalupo. Shaw now dances and darts. Little flick pass out the back. Now they go up again. He finds some more space, young Shaw. Fighter now to Northcott. Northcott with a long, searching ball.
Yeah, he's got it.
Has he scored? Has he dropped the ball? I'm not too sure.
I think my money's on him scoring it.
McNaughton, he's confident. Just looking.
Yep, try. He's just checking with the touch.
Yeah, he just checked with the touch judge, and he's awarded the try. So great skills there. Look at Northcott. This ball is as good as you see. As we go close, yeah, he got that down. It bounced off the ground, but definitely downward pressure. So first try of the day for Nelson Bay. And as you said before, they're certainly not out of this game.
No, and as we said before, they're looking really dangerous when they counter-attack. They just need to really make an effort to secure their own ball, and yeah. It's a tough kick.
Yeah, it is the first kick of the day, Jack Arthur. He's been up and down with the boot this season. Season last couple of years, he's very adept at kicking, but he's Hasn't found the target too well the last few weeks.
See what boots he's got on today.
This looks pretty good as it comes across the face.
Just in front.
But it was a tough kick there to start the day for Jack Arthur. So 14-5 is the score. 17 down. Of course, if you do want to get involved in the coverage, get in the game with Bar TV Sports. Like us on Facebook. Of course, we are live on Facebook right now. And our platform, bartvsports.com.au.
I suppose, Gareth, looking at that, that their tries resulted in some really clever kicking, tactical kicking, pinning them back, and making sure Merewether had to fight really hard to get out of their half. So, some good play, and I'm pretty excited for the rest of this game. I think it's going to be a good match.
Well, that's why it's the feature match of the round, and that's a good line out there as now Clifton gets the ball out wide to Price. Price looking for runners. Finds Nash, who in turn finds Strawn. And again, he's hard to tackle, hard to put down.
He's making a nuisance of himself out there, Strawn.
So picking and driving, Dart again. One off running. Nice interchanging of passing. And the play will be stopped there.
What happened there? Might have been slightly high, was it, Gareth? High tackle?
Yeah, I think that may be the call there as we see Jarvis chatting to the referee there. We'll have a look at the replay. And
Swinging arm.
yeah, a little swinging arm there. Nothing too intentional.
No.
But it's going to be a penalty there, and it's in kicking distance for Basigalupo, and they will take the points.
Yep.
We'll take the time to read out some of our fans' comments this week.
Yep.
Mitchie Lees, of course, Nelson Bay, local legend, up the Gropers. Michael O'Rourke, go SDM. Don't know what that means.
SDM.
Sounds a bit weird. Michael Squires, great try from a little ding, referring, I guess, to McNaughton on the far side that we scored before the Bay.
Little ding.
Well, it's easy to pronounce than McNaughton. As Basigalupo makes no mistake, so a 17-5 the scoreline. Is that goal very important in the scheme of this match, because Nelson Bay, they look dangerous every time they get the ball, but they've been starved the ball a little bit in this game, Steve.
Yeah, and on the turnover ball that they have got, they've made some good yards with it, but at the moment they really need to get their hands on this pill, I think, and keep, as I said, Merewether back down in their half.
So picking and driving again. Looking this time for an option, and Strawn finds a bit of space. Who finds Nash? Strawn's back on the inside. Oh, they overrun the play. Almost running into each other there. Nash links up with Clifton. Clifton showing some good strength there as Strawn looks like he's struggling a bit out there at the moment after that run.
Yeah,
Has had that back injury. But it's a good run and now sets them up for another good passage of play.
Bay showing not enough respect to this Carlton backline, giving them too much space.
Fraser Price. Now Clifton looking and dancing. You know he's confident when he brings his running game out, young Eddie Clifton, as Jerome Wilson. He's been unbelievable out there, as is this man Stewart. The go-to runners for this Merewether side, but he may have lost the ball. Oh, they lose it back, and Uini, he runs forward. He takes about 5 metres as Collins tries to get around the ball.
Oh, good strong run there.
Yeah, great run by the prop forward. New to the club. Now Fraser Price has Strawn on the inside, can't find him. And Jack Arthur, the advantage was played. It would have been close because Jack Arthur as we know, is very quick.
Yeah, deliberate knockdown, I think, is the call there, Gareth.
And that was on, just overran it there, didn't he, Strawn? And
bit fortunate there, I think. They made a call. I think they called a scrum.
Yeah, interesting decision there.
Yeah.
I thought maybe the points were on offer, given that Nelson Bay do look dangerous in attack, and we know they can score tries from anywhere.
Yeah, I suppose what they're probably thinking in the back of their minds, they need that fourth try for this bonus point. I'm going to guess that's probably been the reason for the scrum call.
So Fraser Price is to the left. And he gets the ball, attacks the line, finds nobody there as the ball's kicked through by Burgess. Can he get the bounce? Yes, he can. Finds Hatini on the inside. Hatini straightens up, grubbers forward. It's going to be a foot race between Clifton and Hatini, and Clifton gets there.
Oh, only just.
Again, he's going to have a look at it is Des Gilbert. But I think it was fine. Clifton, as we see here, we'll look at the replay in its entirety and look at the bounce here for Burgess popped up for him. You can't get any better than that, Steve.
Yeah, I don't know whether he should have really made a good dash for the line. Let's have a look.
Ooh, pushed away, but I mean, all in the spirit of the game. Play on.
Yeah, nothing too obvious, mate. A slight push, but
both jostling for the ball.
Yep.
And this one's kicked nice and deep. But we mentioned before, Nelson Bay, they're dangerous from all over the park.
Yeah.
That's just why there we saw it as Northcott kicks across field to some open space. Fouls, forced to turn and chase. The young winger does well.
Yep.
He's been quite composed for his first match, his debut at 17.
Yeah, as we said, Gareth, you really can't afford to rest, and the Bay making Carlton pay for their mistake there and find themselves now back in their 22.
Yeah, just almost stolen there, and Clifton's forced to scramble and go up through the line out. And again, Wilson picks up from the back and finds Turner. Yeah, he's having an absolutely amazing game, Wilson.
Yeah.
He's never far from the top of the points. And that spits out that time. So now Strawn chimes in again. Can't find Nash on the outside. May not need to. But he gets pulled down just over the 40.
They're struggling to handle him at the moment. The Bay. They're struggling to contain Strawn. He's making them look pretty ordinary in defence at times.
Yeah, not going to now. I haven't heard him. Can I come get you as well?
So you're going to have a chat here.
So firstly, I'll go to you first, right? So there's a little bit of a trend starting up. Penalty. So I want you to take care of that.
Not really sure what's going on, Gareth, but
there's a trend of them talking
seen something we didn't.
I'm about to deal with that right now, okay? I'm going to deal with it now, thanks, all right? And secondly, I'm getting lots of chat, all right? So can we deal with that? Yeah, it's okay, but it's more prevalent for you guys. So
talking to both captains, it might have been a bit of how's your father going on.
You see Stewart there laying down the law. Talking to everybody, yet talking to nobody.
I'm sure they're all listening.
How much time you got?
Down to the 22 now, the Carlton side. So the discipline for Nelson Bay, they've been let down a little bit, I'd say.
No, that was a tackle.
Yeah, as I said, I'm not sure what transpired there, but yeah, a bit disappointing.
No, it wasn't general play.
Off the top to Sam Dart. Ball comes down now. Fraser Price turning on the inside to Smith.
Oh.
Knock on by the Bays called. Clifton's held up. Advantage is going to be played, and Collins kicks the ball downfield. Here's fouls. What's he going to do? He's got a wall of Bay defence in front of him. Doesn't panic. Kicks the ball downfield. Northcott's under it, and almost a collision there with Vidler. Northcott turning Arthur back on the inside. Could be a turnover here to the Greens. Good breakdown work again.
I think it might have been slightly illegal by the looks.
Advantage played most definitely there to Nelson Bay.
Yeah, Jerome Wilson making a real nuisance of himself in ruck time, and that's half the problem, I suppose. He's pushing the boundaries, and yeah.
We're going to have a quick listen to the ref, and we're here there. So just asking to settle down. Not the best kick. Probably could have got a bit more distance on that one, Steve.
Said every week, don't you, Gareth? It's one of my pet hates.
So now Collins with the ball. Gets it over the top and somehow lands on the chest of Jarvis. Certainly wasn't intended for the receiving role then, as Chesham. He takes it forward.
This is rugby, Gareth.
Filer now. He's been good at 10. Arthur skips through. Can't get all the way through, but still drives the legs. He's going towards the try line. Short ball.
Ooh.
The Carlton side a little bit short there, and is he over?
Yep.
Yes, he is.
Wow. Good try. He worked really hard for that. He was pretty strong on his feet and really forcing Merewether Carlton to make their tackles. And if they're even slightly off like they were just then, they're making them pay.
Yeah, it certainly was. And it was a good, strong effort, wasn't it, by Big Todd Arnold? Although it wasn't Todd Arnold. It must have been Erasmus, was it? Van Zyl? Couldn't really see the number out there. To be fair.
Yeah, 12 to go, Devin.
Again, they're back in it, aren't they? And, possibly looking at the three-point option might have been the correct one, and maybe just get real settled in this game and work on it in the second half for your bonus point.
So 17-12 the score moves to. And Nelson Bay well within striking distance now.
Try to Nelson Bay next to the post, successfully converted by Jack Arthur. Merewether 17, Nelson Bay 12.
So Fraser Price with the restart here. Finds Jarvis. Does well. Oh, big collision there in the middle. It was Cam Turner came charging through, but Jarvis, the captain, he was stoic. And that ball kicked downfield. Not the best kick there. Nash is well up under it, and it's come out on the full, has he? Yeah. That's a big let off there now for the Merewether side, with a good chance, a good opportune time to attack with 10 minutes remaining.
We're just talking about how well they've been kicking tactically, and they've let themselves down there with that kick.
So Andy with the throw. They go back to Dart. Wins it nice and cleanly. The back's just overrun the play there. Basikalupo, he is belted.
Wow. You felt that.
And there's a bit of push and shove out there too, but that was a great hit. Good one-on-one front on defence by Jack Arthur. We'll look at it here.
Oh,
yeah, just lined him up.
Yeah, great tackle.
That's a bone rattler.
Yeah. Can't whinge about that one too much.
That's a team lifter, that one.
Yeah, that's it. Again, testament to the quality of this game, Gareth. Only the second scrum this match, and not too many mistakes at the moment.
Now, come on, Bind!
Interesting. Some good pressure there from Merewether Carlton, but a good strike and some good, quick, clean ball.
Yeah, Filer now with a little kick, ricocheting off the player there. Fowles cleans it up. He's had to do a lot of work on this left wing. Young Fowles, Ethan Fowles. And here he is again, Wilson, taking that first pick and drive every single time. Now Turner gets through the other side. Here's a weenie. Goes wide to Nash, who's on his own there. He tries to skip away from the tackle, and Basikalupo's there to back up. Yeah, nice little ball by Wilson. Jerome gets it to Strawn, and Strawn up to the middle again. Hard to put down.
Yeah, he's making them look pretty ordinary in defence.
Oh, big hit there by Dan Collins on Sam Dart. The Nelson Bay side, they lifted in defence now, Steve.
Yeah, they certainly have, Gareth. They're enforced the error there, so yeah, some good defence there from the Bay. Some lovely big hits, and as you said, Gareth, that really inspires the rest of the team. So yeah, there's no doubt that they're up for this game anyway.
Both sides needing the win here today to stay in touch with semi-final rugby in September.
Yeah, Merewether under the pump, as we know. Gareth, their poor start to the season's seeing them playing catch-up rugby, and so yeah, they're under a lot of pressure here to reach the knockout stages of this comp.
Of course, it is the Rams' 2017 Premiership. Luke Brown doing great things for local rugby. Ball comes off the ball for sure to Northcott. Northcott quite content to play the ball down the field to Strawn, and it's a good touch finder in the end.
What a great kick, yeah. Nearly from 22 to 22.
Strawn with a little dummy. A little bit of niggle going on out there as well.
Certainly looks like it, Gareth, and I'm sure a few choice words are being used. Important line out here for Carlton.
Yeah, nicely won in the air. Cam Turner, not the best delivery though to Clifton now.
Oh,
Price, he's been charged down. It's going to be close, and he's forced to take the ball over the dead ball line.
Yeah.
And this could be trouble here for the Merewether Carlton side.
Not sure. Touch judges intervening.
Just take a listen here. So as they come back now, it'll be... I thought it may have been a scrum there, but Strawn with a little kick, and there's a bit of trouble out there with the lines. There's two lines marked, the white lines and the black lines. And unfortunately there, Jay Strawn's gone on the white lines, which is the rugby league markings, and not the black ones, which is the
come back tomorrow,
rugby union markings. Well, I did say he knew the ground like the back of his hand before, and maybe I'll take that one back. It's unfortunate, really.
It's a good platform here for the Bay, right in the middle.
5 minutes remaining.
Yeah, big 5 minutes here. Carlton can't really afford to let the Bay go into half-time with their tails up, because it might make for a pretty hard second half.
So both scrums evenly matched.
Yeah, it's been pretty good contest up front.
It comes around the back to Fidler, has Burgess on the outside, but no runners. Has to turn it inside to Arthur. And Jerome Wilson's got behind that. Arthur somehow gets to the ground.
Oh, he's not well to get that back.
Here's Jarvis, standing pretty flat, wasn't expecting to get the ball there. I've been impressed with the 10 here for the Bay. Fidler. And that's a penalty. Kicking distance. What do you do here, Steve, coming into half-time?
I'd be inclined to go for the 3 points, but I think by the looks of it, going for touch.
Oh, he's
no.
kicked that out in goals.
Oh, dear.
What a mistake. They had the opportunity there, the Bay, to hit the lead for the first time here today. And he's kicked that one past the try line. So now Merewether Carlton, they're still up against it. They're not quite off the hook yet. They're well entrenched in their own quarter.
Yeah, a bit of a lucky let-off there for Carlton.
Shoulders on fine, please.
Again, a poor execution. I think he rushed it. And, yeah, sometimes you need to just take a quick breath and make sure you've got your boots laced up.
Oh, the Bay have won it against the head. Shaw looking for it. Can't get on it. In the end, Fidler has it now. Jack Arthur, he'll straighten it up and get some composure back into this Bay back line. Here's Arnold. Good run, but he's held up by Big Wendell and Jerome, the two brothers. Here's Dan Collins. Dan Collins, he's dealt with in the end.
Yeah, looking pretty dangerous here, the Bay.
So here's Fidler. Fidler now with a cutout ball to Arthur. Arthur kicks for himself. Probably the wrong option, but they might come up with it here, the Bay. Yeah, they still have the ball, the Bay, somehow.
Wow. So, I don't know whether the kicking option was the right one there. Have they got it back, Gareth?
Yeah, it looks like
there's a man to body.
Yeah, oh, that's a try.
Oh, dear.
No, it's a penalty, yes. Wow. Ooh. Big call there by the referee, Des Gilbert. We'll look at the replay. He's coming from the side, most definitely. I don't think he actually knew where he was.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got to come in from the back there, Steve. And that was as side on as you can get.
Yeah. Let off again for
Merewether Burwood last night. That's as sideways as you can get.
Oh, I was sideways and upside down, mate. Always a good feed and drink at the Burwood too.
It certainly is. Smith now taking them forward. Cam Turner with a nice run again.
A little bit slow to clearing the ball out, Carlton. They're,
yeah, they started off really quick recycling, quick breakdown work, and now there's space on the far side, kicked downfield. And again, it's going to run over the dead ball line, is it? Oh, very close.
Yeah, they're,
looking for his double there.
Yeah. They're a bit partial to a little chip and chase, aren't they?
Well, they love it. Now there's a minute remaining. We'll probably get... Oh, that was close. Very casual there by Bassagalupo. It's the Merewether way, isn't it?
Great slow-mo, that.
So Clifton has the ball. It's a Merewether scrum. They've taken it back over the 30.
Mixing it up nicely, the Bay, with chips in behind and you know, keeping this Merewether backline guessing, and then on the other occasion throwing in a few passes.
Oh, that's a good scrum by Nelson Bay. As we see 40 minutes tick over, there's a little bit of injury time to be played. And the ball's still in play, so 17-12 the scoreline. Merewether Carlton have to play sensibly here to keep the lead going into half-time. They go wide. Bassagalupo kicking out towards the touchline, and Northcote comes across and lets it go over.
Probably a bit fortunate to still be in the lead, Gareth, to be honest. They have been a little bit unlucky and, you know, sort of nearly could have been two further tries up, you know. So, yeah, they're going to have to really come out second half firing. Otherwise, this Bayside might prove a little surprise.
Yeah, one area that the Bay have worked on this year as well is the fitness side of their game. Usually, I mean, they've been competitive for the last couple of years, but around that 60-minute mark is where they drop off, and they dropped off then, didn't they? Fidler.
Yeah.
The young fly half just had a bit of a look there. He was already kicking it down the field for his outside backs on the chase.
Yeah.
And now the Carlton side with one more opportunity here to go ahead in this game and close out this first half.
I'm sure they're going to have their mind set on the scrum. At the last couple of scrums, they put themselves under pressure. So they are obviously going to fancy a little bit of a shove on this one. So, yeah, time to switch on for the Merewether Carlton front row.
So Clifton has the ball. The bay scrum has turned on the screws the last couple here, so
No. Number 8.
Gilbert not happy with
You
it.
mentioned it once about your shoulders in on blind, please. Right. No, definitely not. Shoulders got to be engaged, please. Okay. Can't do that again, son. All right.
You hear Gilbert asking not for that to happen again.
There's a bit of a parenting role, isn't it?
Fine.
Better scrum from Carlton.
Oh, knocked onto the back though, and Shaw has the ball. Has Burgess on the outside, goes himself. Now finds Burgess, probably too late. And maybe a little forward as well. Inside ball, back to Shaw. This could be close. There's support on the inside. He goes to the outside. He flicks it up, and the ball goes out.
Wow. Jeez. Don't know if my ticker's up for that. But again, just shows you how dangerous they are in counter-attack.
I think if he had have gone to Burgess that little bit earlier, sure, that was shut the gates. And
yeah, just not badly timed, but yeah, as you said, Gareth, I think timing there was a little bit important. He probably delivered that pass a little bit too late.
Well, it goes with a bit of maturity as well. He's a young halfback, sure. He'll certainly develop over the years. But he's fitted right in really well with this Nelson Bay side.
Yeah, he's shown some promise, there's no doubt.
So it'll be a Nelson Bay feed, and you'd think it's a last shot here.
Yeah, there's certainly not much of a blind here, but...
yeah, no blind at all. His father net gets it around his ankle. Arthur, short ball to Northcott. Northcott runs a good little line, but can't evade the defence.
They're wrapping around. It looks like they're going to go the same way. Oh. Has he knocked that on?
Yeah, Todd Arnold with a pretty poor pass, to be fair.
They're all on their feet, all right? They're all on their feet. There's only I'm happy with that.
A little knock on as opposed to a big one.
They all count.
Yep. Looks like we're going to play this scrum as well, Gareth. So a fair bit of injury time. I wasn't
Yeah, I
sure
don't.
there was that much injury. But,
Yeah, I thought it was probably 3 minutes. And our producer nods to us.
Hold that scrum, Green. Hold it.
The crowd getting very vocal here. The Carlton. One of the best places to listen to some friendly banter.
Yeah.
That ball is a better scrum by the Carlton side. Short side, Nash goes without it, but he was in the clear.
Yep,
And that will be half-time. There was one more scrum, and what an exciting half of rugby, Steve.
Really good quality game here, Gareth. There's some good running rugby, some good kicking, and yeah, I think it's been a cracking game so far, and I hope second half lives up to the first half.
Well, we're going to have a quick break here and come back to you with all the action of the second half in 5 minutes or so. Stay tuned on Bar TV Sports. Well, welcome back, everybody, to Bar TV Sports coverage of this 2017 Rams NHRU Premiership half-time. We see the scores here at Townsend Oval. Merewether Carlton 17, lead Nelson Bay 12. And Steve, it's been a hard-fought match for both sides, and it's been a great display of rugby here in Newcastle.
Yeah, no, it has, Gareth. And as I said before the half, I think Carlton should feel a little bit fortunate they're still in the lead here. You know, the Bay probably could have had a couple more scores on them, and they would have found themselves on the wrong side of the score.
Of course, the match brought to you by Wilson & Co., Elders and Compass Editions. Great supporters of rugby, and a mascot as well. If you want to communicate and commercialise your grassroots sport, get in contact with Mascot, helping associations communicate and commercialise, find sponsors. And here we go for the second half. Nice wobbly kick there by Fraser Price, but it was taken nicely in the end.
Do that again. Oh.
Little kick down the field, grabbing kick by Jack Arthur. The chase was there by Hatini and Arthur, but Strawn somehow evades both of them, and Dan Collins comes in with a high shot. We'll get a replay on it. Strawn, he gets a lot of attention around the head, Strawn, and I think it's got a lot to do with the balance of his running. Such as his quickness, he evaded the camera.
I've got to deal with it. I've got to deal with it.
Yeah, I think it looked a lot worse than it actually was, Gareth. I think it was.
Yeah, he was stepping to the other way, and he's so good on his feet. He's lightning quick, and
Yeah.
I mean, Collins is probably going to find some time in the bin for this one.
So is he getting the cheese out? Looks
Yeah,
like.
he's going to the pocket, and the yellow card comes out, and the yellow card matches his headgear as he walks, shakes his head, and that is a big loss for Nelson Bay.
Yeah,
It's always hard at losing a play, but it's especially hard when you lose a hooker.
Yep.
Because they're so integral to the set piece, the scrum. You're going to have to find another replacement to replace a breakaway, I'd say, and bring a specialist on.
Yeah, it is a big disruption. You're right, Gareth. As I said, it results in another player coming off the field. And
you can see Collins on the sideline there. He's absolutely filthy. And that one didn't look too straight, but in any case, Wilson goes through. Wilson has support, has one to beat, bumps him off, scores a try. Wow. I hate to say it, but he made the fullback look like a speed hump. And I tell you what, he didn't slow down either, did he?
Yeah, that's
I think it was McNaughton. I mean, look, credit to the young kid. Tried to get under him there, but got his head in the wrong position. Gallant effort, but no one was stopping Jerome Wilson in full flight. So that's the start Merewether Carlton needed.
Yep, no, it certainly is, and some really good momentum there, mate. You weren't going to make much of a dent on him there. On the hoof as well.
So Basagalupo, 100% here today.
So Merewether scoring within the first couple of minutes of both halves.
And the flags go up.
Of course, now one try closer to the goal of the bonus point. So
13, back on Merewether 24, Nelson Bay 12.
Just taking their time to come back for the kick. They're a man down here, the Nelson Bay side, for everyone tuning in right now to Bar TV Sports. Big thank you to Wilson & Co. for being the match day partner here for the broadcast. And there's Nolan taking a hit up there. The ball spits out. A little knock on there by Nash. So this will be the first scrum with a man down for the Nelson Bay side.
Yeah.
We see the replacement will probably come to the field. Or potentially you may see Shane Jarvis move up to the front.
Yeah.
And it looks like Chesham will go into hooker. So no, Oliver's going to pack in at hooker, the flanker. Good player. He spent a couple of seasons over in Canada.
Yeah.
He's come back home to the Bay. Grew up a Bay. He's a Bay junior, so It's always good
No place like home.
when the home clubs keep their home players. Fidler standing wide. Good scrum there by the Bay, considering. Now they're looking to go wide, and Jack Arthur runs a little outside line and can't get away. Places the ball for himself. Good opportunistic run there.
Good strong run. Gareth, got to be careful here. Merewether.
Well, they're very close now, the Bay.
Ooh.
Oh, they go wide. There was numbers out wide. They step, they dummy. Shaw looking for runners. Oh, goes outside of Northcott's hands, and Oliver flick pass inside. Nash looks to kick the ball forward. Northcott, somehow it pops up into his arms.
Oh, he might have stolen this.
Good steal. You've got an injury down near the try line. One green is injured.
Oh, they've lost the ball there, and that's going to be a penalty. They launched themselves there, and Strawn looks like he's a little bit worse for wear.
I think he's copped a bit of a smack there.
Yeah, maybe a knock to the back of the head.
I'll have a look. No, they were flying into this ruck.
We see there he's looking to pick up the ball, Strawn, and Big Zion, the Lion, comes through.
Is that a head injury, Nick?
Yeah, knee to the face, and it'll be interesting to see how this plays out because, of course, the ARU testing the blue card model here in Newcastle. Doesn't look to be concussed. It may have well just been a bump.
He's certainly asking some questions.
He's blowing up at the touch judge. I think if I could read his lips, I think he said coward.
Interesting.
Obviously not aimed at the touch judge. He's had a great game though, Strawn. And he'll stay on the field. Originally from Merewether, young Strawn, so they breed him tough out there.
He's as tough as they come, but he'll let you know about it too.
Oh, that ball bounces off, and Takarua takes it. Big Zion. Fidler now looking for it, getting the ball. Jack Arthur, he's been busy in the midfield, Jack Arthur, for this Nelson Bay side. And they lose the ball. Adam Nolan with a great steal. Draw and pass. And here they come now. Strawn on the far side. He's very quick in open space. Strawn finding support on the inside to Bassagalupo. And Bassagalupo will score a try.
Yeah, good try. Some good support running there too from Bassagalupo. Yeah, lovely try. I would have thought Strawn might have been in for himself.
Yeah, very unselfish play there. Of course, he was the captain earlier on in the season. You see he's just his acceleration there. And unselfish play to find Bassagalupo. 2 years ago he would have gone himself and scored, but
I didn't notice the knee.
well, he is the veteran of the side now. He came in as a 17-year-old. He's only 27.
Yeah.
So that's how young this Merewether Carlton side is, building for years to come, and they're aiming for the semi-finals at the moment.
They've just made one big step towards that with this bonus point.
Well, they've just clicked over the last couple of weeks.
Well, look, they're calling a lot of things on so I probably need to just be vigilant from now on.
So tough, probably toughest attempt here for Bassagalupo here today.
A couple of guys pushed themselves, but it hasn't been that bad. It was getting a bit
29-12.
5 minutes the first half, but it seems to be a bit better.
And that 10 in the bin certainly has hurt the Bay early on in this second half.
Yeah, it's nearly a carbon copy of the first half. Two quick tries for Merewether Carlton.
Well, that's his first miss of the day, and Nelson Bay now needing the 3 tries to get in front here.
It's certainly going to be an uphill battle from here on in, but I fancy the Bay might start throwing the ball around and we might see some entertainment.
Merewether Carlton running towards the green room in the second half. It's a very tough challenge for this Nelson Bay side. The home crowd, usually worth about 10 points here at Townsend Oval.
It's downhill.
Wilson again. Yeah, good breakdown work there by the Bay. They forced the turnover. It was Oliver. Was it in there? No, Oliver.
I would have thought a fair way offside.
Shaw looking for it. They come around the corner. Chesham, good run again by the big bull.
He wasn't going to sidestep.
Here's big Takarua. He'll take a hit up. But chopped down in the end. Northcott getting the ball. Chips over the top for himself again. A little knock on, was
advantage.
it? Yeah, penalty in the end. But Northcott, he doesn't mind a chip and chase. I would like to see him maybe hold the ball and use that as his trick shot, not his play of the day shot.
Oh, you got a prop taking the kick.
What can't he do?
He's making sure.
He's just said, give it to me.
He's just lived all his dreams in one kick. That's how you do it.
So this is about 12 metres out for the Nelson Bay side. Probably too far to start the mole rolling. Well, that comes off the top with the makeshift hooker. Oliver comes into the back now. They have the ball. They are having a crack.
Yeah, they've got a good setup.
Yeah, it's a very good formation as they go forward towards the line. Still going. Is this Nelson Bay side? They are over.
Oh,
held up, says the referee. If we can get a replay on that, I thought Takarua, he's saying he scored. Of course he is. I thought maybe he did get the ball over.
He actually landed on his knee. Good call.
Nice work. Is it Adam Nolan? I think it is. Yeah, it's Adam Nolan. I could tell by the tape. Couldn't see his head. Probably a good thing.
See, I saw the 80-year-old knees. He'd be in line to get some titanium ones in about 10 years.
He's got his bone on bone. He was told by several doctors not to play again.
What do they know?
That's right.
Good strong
Yeah,
run
nice
there.
run by Todd Arnold and held up again. Merewether Carlton, they must be getting a little bit worried about their defence there.
Certainly making them...
Because that was easy there by Arnold. He's just picked up and attacked the line.
Back to a full side now too. So,
well, Collins now expect big things from him because he's a player. He's played overseas, you know. He's a type of player that we want to better this for his team, and he got player of the match for us a few weeks ago up in Singleton. So young Shaw with the ball. There's a fairly big short side here. We know McNaughton, he's pretty good in the air. Yeah, good scrum by the Bay. Picked up again by Arnold. Oh, palms off. This time, he'll score.
Yeah, he's in.
Oh, and you can see the two number 8s there having a good go at each other as well. Yeah. Jerome Wilson, I mean, credit to Arnold here. He called him out before. It was a great scrum. Look at the palm there on Stewart, who doesn't fall off many tackles. But, yeah, Wilson needs to be more aware on his own try line there, Steve, because that was a big gaping hole. And in the end, that was probably Wilson's miss.
Yeah, no, I'd agree. And, you know, just obviously concentrating too much on the scrum. Probably poor communication of a break. Didn't come from the scrum in time. And as you said, Gareth, I think caught with his head down, still scrumming away when he should have been up.
Yeah, he's a good, solid number 8, Todd Arnold. Adds a fair amount of starch to the pack.
Of course, the Bay now within sight of their own bonus point.
So this will be interesting. This kick very important for Jack Arthur. Pressure's put on him, and that one's missed.
Oh, dear.
So again,
poor miss. especially in a game where every point's going to count.
Well, he's got a pink and a yellow boot on, Jack Arthur, so
it's his own fault.
Yeah. Needs to sort that out before he sorts his kicking out. Lets that bounce over the head, and Shaw lets it go over the dead ball line. So big mistake there for the Carlton side, and you can sense the Nelson Bay side has lifted here at Townsend Oval.
As I said, Gareth, it's proven to be a carbon copy again. You know, Carlton came out really strong, started both halves, and now they've really given the Bay a little chance and a little sniff again back into this game. So really need to settle down and get some good structures in place, good clean ball, and keep the Bay down in their half.
55 minutes down. Whistle blown by Gilbert.
Yeah. I thought it was a good scrum. Maybe he loves scrums as much as we do, Gareth.
Yeah, ball comes out to Northcott, who puts another little grubbing kick in. Hatini on the chase. Strawn comes up with it and comes up with a mistake. His first of the day. And now the Bay side, they're giving it to him.
Just a bit of a nasty little bounce here at the end. Just caught him off guard.
So the Greens, they're up against it now. The Bay, they've lifted.
They've been piggybacked the whole way down the field here, Gareth. Greens really need to work on their execution, I think. Good last scrum there from the Bay.
Wouldn't be surprised if Arnold picks up from the back again. Shaw has the ball. He does, and Shaw comes off him. Out the back there to Feidler. Throws a long speculator. Burgess looks for him. Burgess gets it. Turns around, finds some space. Oh, can't find Northcott. As now Nash on the far side is taken over. Yeah, back for the knock-on. Unfortunately, they're the Bay just not executing. Looking to play expansive rugby.
Yeah, just guilty of forcing the pass there, I think, a little bit, and maybe should have just held on to that, but hindsight's an easy thing. Us catch rugby players.
So scrum sets. It'll be a Greens feed.
Getting the pressure on.
Yeah, good scrum again by the Bay. Fraser Price takes a hit up. Good run. Well, Merewether Carlton haven't seen too much ball in this second half, and good defence there by the Nelson Bay forward pack. Here's Wilson. Steps away. He's tackled to the ground on the edge of that cricket pitch.
Backline want this one.
Oh, knocked down there. Now Smith made a very good tackle. Again, this Bay defence is lifted. Merewether can't go back to what was working for them at the start of the game, and that's not the best looking hit there either.
Yeah, might be on here.
We'll get a replay on that because, and again, it was a slip of the arm, and yeah, that's around the jaw, and that, if things are going to be consistent, probably should have seen time in the bin. I thought that was worse than the Dan Collins one. That was a bit more intentional.
I agree. I think
That's his second head-high tackle here, Strawn, today, and that's the toughness of, I guess, Jay Strawn, but he seems to cop it every single week.
Yeah, that's why Strawn wears diamond earrings to take away from the look of his face.
It's sponsored by Tiffany. Fraser Price takes the ball down. Cam Turner with a good run. Clifton finds Smith, who in turn finds Price, and Price throws the dummy. Price finds some space. Can't get the ball away on the outside though. Stewart there for the quick play, but he's driven back. Calls for offside from the crowd, but they've really realigned well the Nelson Bay side. And Sam Dart again.
Good strong running.
Inspirational run by the breakaway. Here's Awina.
Oh, 2 number 8s.
Oh, nice pass there. Smith pops the ball inside. Fouls, looking for something to do, and it's going to be brought back for the penalty. And Wilson and Arnold. It's been a good battle out there, and both men not stepping back from each other.
They look like they were dancing there for a
Yeah,
minute.
Dancing with the Stars.
Cuddling each other for ages. Oh, there you go, mate. Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, good little lock up there. There was everything there apart from the kiss, Steve.
Not on a first date, yeah.
Not on worldwide television, on Bar TV Sports.
Get a room kind of talk, isn't it?
So we're here there, Des Gilbert, another chat to the captains. It's a penalty to Merewether Carlton, and they're going to take the shot at goal here, and that's a sensible option. Play themselves back into the game. I know they're ahead on the scoreboard, but at the moment, Nelson Bay just had the ascendancy coming back there.
Yeah, and this kick actually puts them three scores up too, Gareth. So, yeah, definitely a clever, eat up a bit more time, 3 scores, and really settle this game down. Hopefully close it out.
About 21 minutes.
So Basigalupo comes in, strikes the ball nicely, but it's waved away.
Yeah.
It's almost gone for a drink of the Burwood.
Oh, I'm never drinking there again.
Oh, Hatini doesn't make the mistake that Strawn made in the first half, and the quick little kick to himself. So that's a bad miss there, but they're going to turn the ball over here, the Greens.
Maybe a little, they were pretty,
could have been
lucky
holding on. That's lucky to escape a penalty there, the Nelson Bay side, I thought.
Yeah, I agree. Oh, and
the ball just a little bit slow coming out there. Clifton, he was held back in the play. So now they'll pick and drive here, the Greens. And there's Wilson again. So the Bay still hanging on to this. He's going to have to turn here, Wilson. He does. And here's his brother, Wendell.
Wendell and Wilson.
Wendell and Jerome.
Yeah, good play from the Bay there. It was quick play, but they didn't get the numbers to that breakdown. They were pretty lucky to get away with that, right?
Yeah, they certainly were.
I think you're right, Gareth. I think there was a penalty there in some way, I think.
I thought he was definitely holding onto the ball, but anyway, who am I to judge? 29-17 is the score, 63 minutes down.
Yeah, time's starting to run away here for the Bay unless they start making a move and get down the other end for a start.
Of course, if you are watching live on Facebook, on our YouTube channel, of course, our Bar TV Sports webpage, don't forget to subscribe for all your grassroots sports coverage. Oh, Smith is been absolutely whacked. That is a great tackle, but now Wilson, he picks up, and Smith's taking a long time to get up in the back play. And now Wendell goes again. It's like a 1-2 punch.
I think did he ask him what hospital? Lingard's just down the road.
I don't know if Lingard takes emergencies, but anyway, here's Uina. Good run. So now turnover to the Bay. Dummy. Oh, should have passed it there, I thought.
Yeah.
Jack Arthur, he came up with that tackle just before, and now it's a knock-on. So they've squandered some possession there, Nelson Bay. And Smith now just to his feet. You can see him at the bottom of your screen there.
He's he might be a candidate here for the blue card.
Yeah, I don't think he's knocked. I think he's just rattled.
That was a bone cruncher.
Oh, it was one of the biggest hits I've seen in the NHRU.
It's just a big hit, really. Tackle was fine.
As we see him there getting some attention.
See Jerome doing some aerobics.
Yeah, come on, bring him on. Do the substitution, Dad. Bring the ball coming up. Yeah,
15 minutes to go now, Steve, and 29-17. You can't say that Merewether Carlton's run away with this yet. Nelson Bay still well in this match.
Yeah, you're right, Gareth. And you know that what they have probably done is, and probably not intentionally, the game has slowed down, and whether that's a good thing for the Bay, I suppose we'll soon find out, and maybe just get their heads cleared and get back into this game. He's leaving the field.
Yeah, Smith's come from the field.
Might scrap that move next time, I think.
Yeah, it was well telegraphed, wasn't it? Oh, that's a better scrum from Carlton. Inside ball, and they go to the outside and find Strawn again. He's the link man. He's the go-to man, and he can't get the ball. He could get the ball free, but it goes to ground.
Is there a knock on there? No.
I thought it was a knock on back there. The Merewether Carlton side seemed convinced it was a try.
Yeah. Pretty short, yeah.
Yeah, knock on called.
Yeah, I thought it was knocked on there from
Fouls or Nash. Well, Fouls was excited.
Knock on? What knock on?
He may have been offside there, Nash.
Yeah.
So now it's a scrum. The Bay have to go 100 metres with 12 and a half minutes remaining.
Yeah,
they need to keep the ball in hand. Here's Feidler going round the back. Jack Arthur goes to Northcott. Northcott, he's wrapped up by Nash, and good tackle there by Nash. So they're 2 metres out from their line, and Merewether Carlton pressuring. Comes back Shaw. Clearing kick under pressure. So now Merewether Carlton have a good opportunity to close it out.
Green was offside at that scrum. We just didn't come through because the radio had died down.
Yeah, need to play smart now, Merewether, and really just slow this game down. Keep them pinned down here.
Well, if Northcott got that ball away there, that was open space.
Yeah.
So they're willing to chance their arm from anywhere, Nelson Bay. We've said that pre-game. And that there.
Yep.
It's high stakes and
wasn't pretty.
Calls for not straight. And
oh, dear.
You can hear the crowd. They're blowing up here. Not so much at the call. Probably the option there wasn't quite on. There was miscommunication. No one jumped.
They're not a bad option, Gareth, if you execute it right. But unfortunately, it's got to be straight still.
Yeah, just
yeah.
like he was going for a bin shot with a bit of rubbish. the Bay hold the scrum nicely this time. Fidler looking to play off their line again. Northcott, he's been charged down. Basigalupo. The ball didn't sit up for him, but they're playing a very high-risk rugby here, the Nelson Bay side.
Yeah,
The old die by the sword.
That's right, live by the sword, die by the sword. They're, I think their biggest problem now is time. It's 10 minutes left. Probably a fair bit of injury time, but...
yeah, we've probably got about 3 or 4 minutes of injury time.
Old Nolan leaving the field.
Hang on, we're just doing a substitution. no, we're still doing a substitution. Haven't blown time on yet.
There's something going on out there, Gilbert.
No, we're doing a sub.
As Nolan comes from the field, you can hear the...
Number 2 for Carlton, Adam Nolan, just leaving the field.
Oh, that's an ugly looking kick. Just made the 22. Oh, somehow McNaughton comes up with it. Stewart went for it and couldn't get it. Shaw almost lets the ball go over the touchline. Nice run again by Chesham. Fidler. Oh, the Bayside with a couple of loose carries, loose passes. Just panicking a little bit here as Jack Arthur kicks in behind. There's nobody there. Jack Arthur boots the ball downfield over the head of Strawn. It's a bit of a foot race here. What can Strawn do? There's a good chase by the Bay, and Strawn gets away from Arthur and gets away from McNaughton. Now puts the kick downfield. Good option. He did well there, young Strawn. Now Northcott with a good chance to counter. Skips away from Nash. Dummies, and he's run out of room. He's run out of space.
And support.
So that's Van Zyl. Fidler finding Collins. Collins comes back towards his support. Collins finds some space. Spins out of one. Gets away from another. Had Northcott on the outside. Couldn't find him.
What a good strong run. A fancy.
Yeah, we said he'd do some damage when he came back on. And Fidler finds half a gap there and up towards the 22. Shaw dances away. Wilson dancing with death there as Collins goes again.
It's like they've just awoken a sleeping giant here. He's not.
Oh, Van Zyl's lost the ball there. And Basigalupo. He's driven into the ground.
You just settle it down here now, Carlton.
Oh, good run by Owena.
High risk.
There's Chesham. He's the man to take him down eventually. Inside ball to Strawn, and again around the head. He gets back up. Not held, says the referee. Inside to Clifton. That was up over the shoulders. Basigalupo inside again. This is Tom Hawes. Stewart picks from the back. Good run by the skipper. Fraser Price goes behind Basigalupo. They're running wide now. There's holes opening up everywhere. Basigalupo tries the kick. And Jerome Wilson again at the back of the breakdown first. Takes one in. Oh, Price is taken high, and that's a penalty again. The quick tap is taken. Oh, called back. Sam Dart saw the opportunity there. The Bayside. They're out of it here at the moment, Nelson Bay. They need to try quickly if they're going to...
Yeah, they're looking good when they get their hands on the ball, but Merewether doing a good job at the moment, just denying them the pill, and just now the disciplines let them down. I fancy they probably might go for the posts here and eat up some more time. And, yep, they're going to be a man down.
Yeah, he's going to go for the card, and he just picked up his game then too. He's had a few big runs, Van Zyl. Unfortunately, now coming from the field, there'll be a man down. You'd have to think, judging what happened before when Collins was off. We'll look at the replay. Yeah, taken the swinging arm, just lazy defence there. careless.
It is careless, and it is sometimes tough. As you said, sometimes it's a reactionary movement, but the rules are the rules.
Picked off the top. So now Carlton. We saw the other week against Waratah. They couldn't close off the close game there, but they seem to have matured in the last couple of weeks structurally and sticking more to the game plan. Here's Wendell Helmus.
Yeah.
And now here comes Stewart. Stewart finds a bit of space. Stewart skips away.
Oh.
He's very strong, and that's a try.
Yeah.
Josh Stewart, take your hat off. Well-deserved try.
Yeah, again, the Bay guilty of just getting too high. And I think Gareth, trying to wrestle up top, and and as we've seen a few times with Strawn and Stewart as well, just these guys bouncing off them. Yeah. See, just too high and not really doing a good job getting the man to ground first up.
Yeah, he's very strong. He's a personal trainer, Josh Stewart. Right into it. Just shows there. That's a good advertisement for his business. Right there. And, of course, this match brought to you by Wilson & Co. Mascot. Compass Additions and Elders Insurance. Great partners to have on board, as well as Rams for the NHRU. And that goes over. Bacigalupo makes no mistake. So the score, it's a little bit flattering towards Merewether Carlton, to be fair.
Yeah, I'd agree with that, Gareth.
Nelson Bay have had the run of it this second half, but just haven't been able to convert points. So the defence of Merewether Carlton proving too strong here today. Although it's not over, a lot can happen. There's probably 3 or 4 minutes of injury time.
I think I'm not as optimistic as that.
And there's big Wendell Helmus.
Lost the ball.
Yeah, good run, good steal by Todd Arnold. Losing the ball, penalty.
Offside.
So could this be the comeback, Steve? 3 minutes remaining. 36-17.
19 points.
Substitution number 7 off.
Certainly not going to go for posts anyway. They still have a bit to play for here at the Bay. They've got one more try for a bonus point, so pretty poor kick, actually. Would have fancied to get them a little bit closer. Or
yeah, definitely. Jack Arthur shakes his head as well. I'll tell you what's been impressive here today. Both sides, the Merewether Carlton side have only kicked the ball away 4 times, and Nelson Bay, obviously they've kicked a little bit more, but they've been attacking kicks more than sort of clearing kicks, so it's been a good game by both sides.
Willing to play rugby, haven't they?
As Collins now, from the back, finds Oliver, and he goes surging towards the line. Oh, he spilt the ball.
Like
penalty. Fidler looking for the quick one, but told to slow it down. They still chase the bonus point here, Nelson Bay.
Yep. It might prove important, so...
Yeah, short ball there. Here he comes, Chesham. He's been solid up front. The defence of the Merewether Carlton side on their line. It's up in the face of this Nelson Bay attack. Northcott is very wide. He's isolated.
Pretty lucky there. Only one person to that breakdown the Bay. They've got to be careful to end up with another turnover.
Jack Arthur takes a tight one and opens up for Shaw.
Pick and drive here. A couple, I think. There's no half back. So
yeah, there's the captain, Shane Jarvis. Now Shaw's back to his feet. The ball kicked out. And that'll be a penalty, and it could be only a couple of minutes to go, but a yellow card maybe. And
really
don't forget,
giving away these yellow cards.
Yeah, don't forget Nelson Bay, a man down.
many times have we seen it, Gareth, where yellow cards come back to bite you in finals time, you know? So, bit of discipline here needed for Carlton these last few minutes.
Yeah, a couple of changes late in the game. Eddie Clifton coming from the field.
They might have a little crack here at the scrum, Gareth. Be interesting to see again if we get Todd Arnold picking and having a crack as well.
Yeah, he may go down that short side. Oh, good scrum by Carlton. That's the best of the day from the team in green. Coming around is Jack Arthur, short ball to Northcott. He's going to call that a forward pass.
Substitution, mate, number 1.
There's no love lost out there, Gareth.
Yeah, they've certainly been at each other all day, haven't they? Yeah, it was definitely forward.
An 8 green, mate.
Tried the little short ball, just overran the play. Northcott, he's been pretty good.
Yep, 8.
The little fullback out there today, as is Jack Arthur. Getting their side over the advantage line.
A few more substitutions, just eating up a bit more this time, and I think even you would agree, Gareth. I don't think there's any way out of this for the Bay now.
Yeah, definitely Merewether Carlton emphatic. And it started off with a couple of really early tries that got them on the front foot. Nelson Bay clawed their way back into it.
Yeah, 20 minutes of rugby is all Merewether have really contributed, and it's 20 minutes has won it for them.
Yeah, that's a good point, Steve. They still are yet to prove, and it's young Eli McCulloch on the field as the two big props shape up. Bit of shadow boxing. Gee, I don't know who I'd back in there. Oh, he's calling him over there. Good. This is good, passionate stuff, Steve.
It's going to be a great second scrum here.
It is. It's going to be good. Des Gilbert's. He may even give him a little bit of a spell. Call it off, Desi, as we go into injury time. Oh, look here. Oh, geez. I'm ducking and weaving up here.
You get an octagon in the middle of the field?
Me, no, I'm a brawler. And here's young Eli McCulloch, New South Wales and Schoolboys representative. He delivered a cracking speech yesterday at that lunch, young Eli. He's a proud young Greens junior coming through.
Pretty impressive young fella.
His father was an Australian schoolboys player as well.
Yep. Genetics.
Drinks for Australia. No, he's good, Ben. They tell me Eli, he's quite a smart kid. Starts his HSC trials. He's in the top 2% of everything in the state. So
one of those, eh?
Yeah, he's going places. And that ball comes off the top. And that sums up the last 10 or so minutes for the Bay side. The ball not finding touch there on the far side. Burgess, he's threatened all game every time he's touched the ball.
Turn this over, I think, Gareth.
The defence by fouls on that wing has been remarkable. The young 17-year-old can hold his head high on debut.
Yeah, no, he's done a good job.
It certainly hasn't daunted him. The ball getting kicked out. Gilbert.
They'd be pretty disappointed with that, the Bay. 5-minute line out and spilling it in a pretty careless manner there.
Yeah, it was there to be won, really, wasn't it? And
yeah.
as the clock ticks on.
Said it a few times, but I think this might be the last-ditch attempt for the Bay.
Yeah, as we said, still playing for the bonus point. That one comes out. Hatini.
Oh, turnover.
Yeah, turnover to the Greens. Price gets a nice ball away, pops it up. Needs support though. Can't find it. Now here's Dart with a dummy. Dart bouncing off one. Sam Dart with a well-deserved try in front of the Green supporters. And I'll tell you, there's nothing better than that, Steve.
Don't they love that? Yeah, that's good reward for a good game, actually. He's had a pretty good game, Dart.
Yeah, he's been exceptional out there today. He's not the biggest of breakaways. He's not the biggest of number sixes, but his work around the park.
Yeah.
He is a strong ball runner for his size, and that just proves it there. Spinning out of the tackle, and the big fist goes up.
Yeah, the big fist pump to the grandstand. That is the green room.
Well, no, it's Nolan's 100th game, but he didn't play the full game. Who do you think is going to win the Dust Hunt House Man of the Match? Who's your best out there today?
Have to pick Nolan, don't you?
What about Jerome Wilson's been good?
Jerome Wilson.
There's been plenty of good players. Stewart's been good. The whole back row's been pretty good.
If I'm taking the emotion out of it, Jerome Wilson, I think, for me, has been...
Or Strawn.
I'm
throwing it to you there.
Do you know what? Oh, forward. Has to go to forward, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Get a nice pork knuckle into him.
And the flags go up for Bassagalupo. Des Gilbert looks at his watch.
Looks like we're going to play again.
43-17.
The left flanker, number 6, Sam Dart. Converted by Ed Bacalupo. Merewether 43.
Again, the result's not going to change here, Gareth, but again, the Bay have just got that one try to get for this bonus point. And the way that the league's shaping up, it's going to be important.
Well, that's a high kick there, and Dart comes up with it safe, as you like. Wilson gets it to McCulloch. McCulloch, cool head on him. Goes off the top to Nash. There's plenty of space out wide for Nash. Nash goes inside, changes direction, has support. Might not use it. He may have bombed the try here. He's going for the corner. Oh, is that a try? I think he was rolled over.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Corey Nash almost blew it there. The Merewether Carlton side with 2 tries in injury time. The score's blown out. And he should have passed it here. He should have passed it there. And he went himself.
He's lucky he scored it.
And I tell you what, he's very lucky he got there. That is inches.
He would have got a
millimetres.
few stink eyes from his own teammates there, I think, if he hadn't have. He certainly opted for the
Well, I've seen Corey Nash pass, and it's probably better that he ran it, to be fair.
He's
not the best hands in the world, but certainly very quick.
His options left his kicker with a pretty tough one, but the inside ball might have put it under the sticks for him.
So now into 7 minutes of injury time here.
Yeah, it's a little bit unfortunate, Gareth. I think the Bay the score it has blown out, as you said, and I don't think it's a real reflection of how good this game has actually been.
Yeah, it's only been sort of the last 10 minutes of the match, hasn't it? The fitness has died off. The heads have gone down a little bit for the Bay, and that's a good kick. That's a great kick. Bassagalupo will finish the game, and Jerome Wilson is our Dust Hunt House Man of the Match. Thank you, as always, Steve Brito, for joining us here in the commentary box of RTV Sports.
No worries, Gareth.
It's been great having you. Of course, all the delayed matches will be out later on tonight. And we've got Rugby League, Capital Football, Northern New South Wales Football, and Newcastle Rugby League as our feature matches tomorrow, as well as the big one down in Canberra for the Canberra Rugby League 2. I'm Gareth Wozick, and we'll catch you next time.
University here at Townsville Oval next week.
Thanks, fellas.